Bruce Arena not only takes the vacant head coach's role after Brad Friedel was sacked, but is also the sporting director as well. This, of course, Bruce Arena's first major role in charge of a club after that diabolical run as the US men's national team coach, where they failed to make it into the World Cup. Let's welcome Herculez Gomez into the show, shall we? Herc, what do you make of this decision?
Well, since Stevie Nicol wouldn't give the people what they want and wouldn't become the next head coach of the New England Revolution, this is the next best thing. It's a proven track record in the domestic game. The New England Revolution get the winningest coach of the U.S. men's national team in its history, the second winningest coach in what is Major League Soccer. He's been there, he's done that. He knows what it takes to bring a club from the ground up. Look at the LA Galaxy when Ruud Gullit was there. He left. In comes in Bruce Arena, what he did with that rebrand, if you will, of the LA Galaxy. He took the sporting director role as well with them. There's only two coaches in Major League Soccer right now that have that role, and one of them is Bruce Arena. The other is Peter Vermees. The absolute control to do things his way. It was vital for an organization that really was struggling to keep up with relevance in Major League Soccer. They opened up their season home opener with 13,000 fans. It isn't relevant in Boston. It isn't relevant in the New England area. It isn't relevant in Major League Soccer. This was much needed experience, and they got that. But
Bruce Arena, of course, arrives there with baggage, Herc. After what happened in the World Cup, you can imagine wherever they go, he's going to get a lot of abuse. What are the Revs fans saying? Are they excited by this, or are they hesitant to welcome him?
It's a mixed bag, Dan, and I think you're right. And I think with Bruce Arena, you're going to get that baggage. Bruce Arena needed this as much as New England needed him. Absolutely. There's no way Bruce Arena was going to sit back with, and I say with all due respect, the ego and the pride that he has and let that be his lasting legacy. Let what happened in Trinidad and Tobago and the stain that was his tenure with the U.S. men's national team in that final year. He wasn't going to go out like that. This is a new opportunity for him to reinvent himself, prove himself once again. A lot of people still have animosity towards Bruce Arena, but he continues to be a proven winner in this game. My worry is, has the game surpassed him in Major League Soccer? That was a different era. We are in what is now the TAM era, where big dollars tend to dominate Major League Soccer, and New England, in all its history, and you could ask Stevie Nicol, has not spent.
Oh, You love the TAM era, don't you, Robin? Not banging on about it.
You can ask Stevie Nicol then.
So then, you all right? You sad? Do you need a cuddle?
Why? He was up for the job.
I told you I wasn't getting the job. I never had a chance to get
you said outside you wanted it desperately.
We all sent a letter in individually to try and get you off the show. By the way, let's go back. I'll let him answer this because he knows more about it than me. The one thing I'd say from the outside, and I am on the outside on this league.
But you can have your say.
Well, of course I am. Well, shut up if you want. Is every Tom, Dick and Harry that was worth their salt got shovelled LA's way, right?
Yep.
Money, 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 money. Almost. He'll tell you that's never been the way the ownership of the Revolution has worked, is it? It's a much tighter budget.
It's a tighter budget. The one thing I would say with Bruce coming and Bruce being having both roles and looking at Bruce's history, particularly at LA, he's always had a real name as a DP, and the Revolution have never really had. Well, they've never had that. That hasn't been the way they've gone about it. They've tried to concentrate on spreading it all around and making it a unit and a team. But Bruce has been there, done it, knows how it works. And that includes a name, a figurehead for the team, the guy who's going to be the main man, a guy who's going to bring the crowds in, a guy who's going to make sure there's not going to be 13,000 at your home opener. And that means that it has to be given some money. And so the fact that the Crafts have brought Bruce in, given him control, tells me that they're going to open the purse strings a bit.
You know him. You know Bruce Arena well.
Yep.
How will he react to what will inevitably be a hostile environment, very hostile in every single club that he goes to on the road with the Revs and within some of his own support already?
Water off a duck's back.
Right.
Absolutely water off a duck's back. His only concern is getting the team right. And he knows that when and if he does get the team right...
Can he do that by coaching? Is he a good coach? Or is he a good man manager?
He's both. He will set his team up the way he wants it to be done. He's he's a good man manager. Listen, you don't win 3 MLS titles, and you don't do. The US got to the last 16 of the World Cup because of his man management. You know, they didn't have the players that you would have thought you should have got there.
However, the counter-argument is, if he was such a great man manager, then you've got to be beating Trinidad and Tobago when you need to.
Well, you can pick and choose, you know. There's not a manager alive who hasn't made mistakes.
That's a big mistake.
Well, three MLS Cup titles.
Sure.
5 MLS
almost
Cups.
a decade.
Yeah.
Sorry, 5 MLS Cups. Almost a decade.
Yeah.
Of keeping the US in the top 10 in the world rankings for a side that had a baby league isn't a bad record. You can't just turn around and decide that you're just going to throw one real disaster and wreck his whole career.
Do you know that's
don't do that.
Thing?
You can. The reason the crass of signing him is because he's been there, done it, seen it. He's got more experience at MLS level, than any other person living in the US right now or anywhere else. So why wouldn't you get Bruce the job?
Do you know this animosity thing over here? Absolutely. I'm banging my head on the wall. It's, in this side of the pond, people seem to, in this sport, which is, what's the word for it? It's very prickly and very insecure, is people seem to worry, and he's right, water off a duck's back, but there's more people here seem to worry about what the crowd think.
Right.
They're going to give me a bit of steak. The only people that should worry about that are they're soft. Players and managers.
Yeah.
It's part of the job. You failed with the US, you're going to get a bit of stick. Who cares? It's not going to alter how he does his job. Don't wake up in the morning going, I got to go to St. Louis, or I got to go to LA, FC, and I'm going to get a bit of stick from the crowd.
Certainly doesn't matter when you're away from home. It might matter when you're at home and the home fans are giving you a bit of stick.
Well,
He's not going to get that straight away.
Well, they won't
is
give him if he gets results.
I used to get stick at home.
Yeah, look what happened to you.
Well, exactly, yeah. 4 finals, not too bad.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Boom, there you go.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.